Marcus Davenport, who a lot is expected of, or a lot is maybe not even expected. A lot is riding on. Yeah. Because I don't know what the expectations is at this point, but I know a lot is riding on. I think a reporter asked him a question. Reporter also joined the interview and gave some. I can't remember what he asked, but he basically asked him about playing on the other side of Aiden this year. What was he going to provide, and is he ready? Kind of a layup type question, if you will. And his response was, "Don't ask me that. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about what I'm gonna do." Like that kind of was. I'll find the exact one and bring it in.
Don't look at me.
That's what it was.
That was it. Don't
That's
look
exactly
at me.
what it was.
You know what? Brilliant question. Brilliant question.
It was in my opinion.
It's a fair question.
This is coming from a former athlete. I'm always side with the athletes. I can see through the minutia now, and I do a better job. But I'm always side with the athlete. It is what it is. I thought it was an easy question. I thought it was a great question. I thought it was a layup for him to say, you know what, I'm excited to get back. It's going to be a fun season. I'm excited to help out. He could have said any generic answer, and he chose to go a route that now has me questioning the guy that I already had questions about.
Exactly.
That is correct.
Do you guys get help with this? Not that you need help with answering questions, but is there any prep whatsoever from anybody to try and help you navigate through some of these Terry Foster-esque difficult waters?
You know what I'm saying? You just never know. When I was in Cleveland, they had it, but it wasn't necessarily dialed in. And as a 22, 23-year-old, I'm not trying to go to media training. I went to Michigan. I did 4 years. I know the media. I'm fine.
Yeah, that's an NFL program, basically.
When you have Mary Kay Cabot and individuals like that can throw you some curveballs, you tend to put your foot in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So we had it. I didn't use it. Got caught in it. Learned my lesson until years later. But that's neither here nor there.
Shep, you remember the young man named Ndamukong Suh who recently retired?
Absolutely.
When
had a lot of conversations with him.
On I forget his name, the offensive lineman's
Green Bay Packers.
arm.
Green Bay,
The Lions came up with an apology for him. They wrote it out.
I know.
They gave it to him before he hit the media. He had time to read it, look it over, and say, okay, you know what he did? Tore it up. So I'm good. Yeah. Then he went out there and said, he was in my way. I didn't try to stomp his arm. He was in the way. Yeah. Come on. We got eyes, and we got brains.
Yeah.
We know he stomped that man.
He gave me a little extra tea.
We don't know what he said to him.
Huh?
We don't know what he said.
Yeah, he could have talked about his mama or something.
Look, I appreciated Ndamukong Suh's effort all the years he was here. You and I were at training camp all the time.
Sorry.
I love that he showed up every single day. He was an ass kicker every day. You could rely on him, okay? Doesn't mean you got to like me, okay? I get it. People are pulling at Braylon everywhere. I see it all the time, and I see it with other athletes. He's got plenty of friends. He doesn't necessarily need people in the media, but there's oftentimes a mutual respect.
Yeah.
And covering Ndamukong Suh every single year, every single practice that he was here, and just about every game he played home and away. I remember asking him a question one time, and he said, "Well, sir, blah 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 blah," gave me this, and I followed him into the locker room, and I said, "Let's just get something straight here. You know me, I know you. I'm not asking you to come over for Christmas Eve dinner. Yeah. I'm just saying, you know me, I know you. To sit there and tell me what you just said, like some generic bullcrap, is flat out bullcrap, okay? And I don't appreciate it."
Damn, listen to you, Shep. Dang, I didn't know you all that.
That's true.
But
absolutely.
Making friends in the media is not siding with the enemy. And I didn't learn that until I left Cleveland. When I got to New York, I was all hands on deck in all spaces. Like, for lack of a better word, my miscomings as an organization, as our team up, I learned from that. So when I got to New York, I made friends with all the media people. I would give them interviews. I wouldn't go to the house for, like you said, New Year's Eve dinner. But I was cordial enough. Like I found a couple people that I like, did interviews with them all the time. I was always available. I still have love, respect in New York. Like when I go to New York, like it's, oh, Braylon, whatever he needs, whatever he wants, can you do my show? Sure, I'll do your show. What's going on? It's been a while, Blansky, sure. But that helped. That helped my whole transition from Cleveland. Transition is a funny word. Helped my whole transition from Cleveland in a space that, oh, we're going to be this guy's friend because he's taking us serious. He's partnering up. You ain't got to go out and hang with them, and you're not dropping dirt on teammates. Hey, let me give you a little tidbit on what Mark Sanchez did. To be friends to be acquaintances isn't to be friends. Yeah. It's to be smart so that when you talk to them, what you talk to them about, how you want it to get out, it gets out. Because if you don't make friends, they heard you. They know what you said.
Yep.
They recorded it.
And we're
but
not
because
out
they
to
don't
get
like
you.
they can clip it a certain way.
Well, some are, Terry.
Yeah,
That's
the younger
some
ones are, and then there's these old curmudgeons. But for the most part, we're not out to get you.
Hey, watch that now.
Yeah, I was about to say.
We want the truth.
Curmudgeons. What word is that?
We want the truth. That's
How
what
do you
we
spell
want.
curmudgeons?
By the way, did you guys notice Braylon kind of slip in Mark Sanchez there? Kind of slip that in.
But
I don't know if you guys caught that.
Sanchez
I
was
did.
a-
I listened, man. Not like Mark Sanchez does it, and it just keeps going right through it, man.
One thing I loved about New York is like they didn't care about the gossip unless you're talking about what happened with Brett Favre, which was before me, and Mark Sanchez because he was dating Eva Longoria at the time.
Boy.
So like they cared
shout out
about
to
Mark.
Thank you. You're a little late on that.
There it is. But they didn't care about they play football. And
Yeah.
that's what I appreciated about getting to New York was the stories were about the locker room, the field, coaching. What the hell is going on with the team? Cleveland, when you're used to losing like we were at that time, let's find things outside football because, yeah, everybody knows the story. Browns suck. This happened, this happened, this happened. What can we engage in that will attract, readers? Because it will not watchers, readers.
But that's what it's about now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's where Terry was going, but it's about clicks, and we're going to do everything we can to write something about basketball.
Speaking of clicks.
I can only speak for. I never wrote for clicks.
I know you didn't.
I
know
wrote
you didn't.
because I was looking for the truth. I wanted to present my truth.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear truth from the
You wanted to
athletes.
live in your truth.
I wanted to tell good stories, but it was never for clicks.
Yeah, you had good relationships.
I did.
Yeah.
I tell you, Mark Aguirre. Remember the young
Yeah.
young
Yeah.
people? You remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
big
played for the
steroids.
Pistons.
DePaul,
They
Dallas
call it big
Mavericks.
steroids.
Yeah.
Here's how I got a scoop from him. I got a big scoop for him because of gym shoes, and I'm a fool. One time the reporters were interviewing Mark Aguirre, and then he looked at all the reporters and said, "Why y'all wear gym shoes?" So nobody said anything. He said, and I said, "You know why we wear gym shoes? Because your ass has escape routes where you can duck us. You have little doors, and so we got to chase after you if we need a story."
Right.
And so he went, "Oh man, there's always one in every crowd." So we laughed it off and stuff. And then when everybody left, he said, "Hey man, I got something for you." I said, "What?" He said, "I might be able to play for the Mexican Olympic basketball team." I'm
So
like, "Oh
he
snap!"
gave you a little bit of it. Yeah.
So then I'm like,
there's a nugget
turn
of
on
love.
that tape
Yeah.
recorder and say, "Speak, my brother, speak."
Yeah.
So I had a big story. Mark Aguirre his grandfather was from Mexico, and his name is not Mark Aguirre, it's Mark Aguirre.
Well, I didn't
And then
know
he
that.
said that he's contemplating he might play. And then I interviewed the Mexican.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting how that is. So I had not similar, but I had an encounter with Charles Barkley at the Palace. We're all around interviewing Charles Barkley before a Sixers, or I think he might have been with the Suns, but either way against the Pistons. And he was complaining about how much the NBA owners are making compared to players. And everybody's showing him love, and I actually stood up and I said, "Well, you don't have a problem cashing your paycheck, do you?" So, and he later on shoved me into a wall in the visiting locker room in Detroit or at the Palace.
What year was
so
this?
I guess this is your approach to Mark Aguirre worked out a hell of a lot better than my approach did with Charles Barkley. I can tell you that.
Somebody asked me in the chat, did I have any LeBron stories? So I have a million of them.
Here we go.
But here's one funny one, and we'll go to a commercial break here about Feldman in a sec. But there's this restaurant called XO, and it's in Cleveland. It's on West Ninth. Like that would be the spot where everybody went, especially when I was there. Like XO was all downtown Cleveland had, except for Morton's. Morton's was downtown at the Ritz. Everybody's at XO all the time. It's the place where the Cavs are going, the Guardians are going, the Browns are going. Zdenko owned it. There's like one spot out front. There's one spot out front, and typically Zdenko,
Parking spot, you're saying?
Yes, parking spot.
Yeah.
Like prime parking spot where you want to be parked. I'm always parking there. I was a new guy in 05. I had a Bentley Coupe, 2005 Mulliner edition.
That's
I
sharp.
threw the strut kit on that thing, black rims. We was in here doing big things. So guess who else had a Bentley? Mulliner.
Yeah.
With
the
not
king.
the strut kit, but
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
I mean, the king.
Yeah.
He wore 23, but he played for the Bulls.
Yeah.
So
Amen.
my car was parked there. Legitimately gave the keys to the valet situation, and I go about my meal. I'm eating. I'm chilling. I come out, Like LeBron came in as I was eating. He gave this, I spoke to him. We were cool at the time. What's going on? How you doing? He's with his people. He's with his mom. And then he goes to his little area with his 15 people or so. I go to leave 45 minutes later, and I try to get in the car. I'm like, these aren't my rims. It's Danko. Where's my car? LeBron asked if you can move the car because you guys had the same car. So we went on ahead and moved you down the block, but don't worry, your meals your meals on me, and I take care. I was like, nah, meals, I'm fine. I can pay my own meals.
Yeah,
I said, don't move my car for somebody else's car. And if he had to ask,
business,
tell him to come ask me.
Amen.
AB, yo, real talk, man. I would prefer my car to be up front because I'm LeBron and I don't want it. All right, bet, I get it, King. You know what I'm saying? The fact you had to come ask, I would have respected that.
So you would have said okay?
I would have said okay and left.
I would have said get here earlier.
That's what I was thinking. I was just lucky.
Well,
did he pat you on the head and say, "Aren't you the little fella that plays for the Browns tonight?"
No. What he did a couple years later, he was like, "You the dude knocked my boy out. Don't come at me sideways, T. I don't play that. Ain't patting me on my head. I don't care how tall you are." And with that, we can hear something about Phelps.